Hi everyone. So I made it to Salo, or I guess a little town next to Salo that I forget the name of. And my Airbnb is a micro house, or yeah, I think it's called a micro house. And it's a nice little place. It's just basically one room with a bed in it. So a bit like I had yesterday. But the good thing about this place is this. I get this beautiful view of the Garda Lake. Up and over there. And yeah, the sun is setting now, so I thought I made the video before the sun sets, and yeah, just tell you about my day. Um, Really not a great day. Like it was the weather was nice. Like that was okay. But it's getting colder, so I put my yellow fluorescent wind jacket, and that was okay for a while. And then I took it off in the afternoon because it was a bit too hot. But it was no, the morning went okay. Lots of going next to a canal, so that was nice. Like just straight, didn't have to think about it. And then I reached Brescia at 11, and I visited the town. There's a lot to see. So there's like a Duomo, there's a castle, there's like different piazzas. But I didn't find anything exceptional. There was nothing that I found that I was like, oh wow, this is beautiful. They also had like this walk, so like every stone had a different person's name and the year 1974, I want to say. And then I later found out like it was about like the victims of terrorism, and so I remember in Rome there was a monument for the people, the victims of terrorism. So I don't know what I'm missing. Like I think there must have something must have happened. Um, so yeah, that was kind of interesting because I never heard of this. Um, but yeah, Brescia was nice. Nothing too exceptional, like I said. Um, yeah, and then I started at around 1:30. I started making my way to here. So how I ended up here, because it's not really on my way, is that on Airbnb, between I want to go from Brescia to Verona, but Lucy told me, hey, there's a nice little place called Sirmione, and you should stop there because it's really beautiful. So fair enough, I want to stop there. So I'm like, well, it would be a nice place to settle down for the night because I would actually want to visit it and not just bike by. And so I looked at Airbnb, put in Sirmione, and found a place. I'm like, brilliant, okay, let's go. I booked it, and then I look at where it is, and it's nowhere near Sirmione. It's here in next to Salou. So I tried to cancel it, but I guess it was after 24, like less than 24 hours before, so they didn't allow it. So I was like, well, might as well just do it. I have a little bit of extra time because Lucy agreed to change between Saturday and Sunday. I don't think I could have made it for Saturday anyway. And this is just going to cost me, I think, half a day. So it's not too bad. So yeah, tomorrow morning I'm planning on getting up extra early, just so that I can make it back to Sirmione for around lunchtime, and then Verona for night, and even maybe a little bit beyond, just so I can make sure to be able to meet Lucy. But yeah, so the Airbnb I booked, it's a micro house. So like I said, it's basically a house with one room in it, with a bed, nothing else. I actually have to ask where the toilet is, 'cause I have no idea. And yeah, it was so his name is Gian something, and I can't remember what his full name is. Really nice guy. So I was waiting at the gate, and I texted him, and then I hear somebody whistling. I'm like, and I look, and there he is, and with his dog, and so he has like long gray hair that like tied up in a ponytail. I don't know who he looks like. He looks a bit like a mad scientist. Like he has broken glasses on, and like the frame is broken, and yeah, but he was super nice. So the first thing he showed me was this place, And yeah, he has no control over the dog. It seems like the dog was just doing whatever, and he was calling him Luba, or I forget what they call it. The dog is called, but yeah, the dog was just doing whatever it wanted. And then so I put my bike over there, and when we were here, and he was telling me about this place and what you can see, the dog pushed my bike over, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry." I was like, "That's fine." And then he's like, "Oh, do you want something to drink?" I said, "Sure." And so we went to his place, and he offered me tea or coffee, and I was like, "Okay, I'll have a tea." And then he's like, "Oh, do you want orvo?" And I don't know, I have no idea what orvo is. I don't really get it. He pointed at the box. I was like, "What is it?" And he pointed at the box, and there was a grain of wheat. So I'm like, "It's made of wheat?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's more like food. Like tea and coffee aren't food. This is food." So okay, so I tried it out. It's pretty good. I had to add some sugar in it. I'm not sure if you're supposed to or not. Well, he offered, so I put in some sugar. And that's yeah. And then we had talked a little bit, and then he asked me a question that was really hard to answer. He asked me, "What beautiful thing do you do you make?" And I didn't really understand. So I was like, "Is he asking me what my profession is?" And so I was like what I my job? And he's like, no. Like what beautiful? Like do you dance? Do you sing? Do you play an instrument? Like what beautiful thing do you do? And so it's a tough question because I still don't know what a proper answer would be. But yeah, I just told him that I'm not a very creative person in general. So I don't think he was happy with my answer, but that's the answer I had. And no, he showed me. I asked him how long he's been here, and he's been here for 5 years. And then so there's a trailer on the property that he rents out, and then so he was living there for 2 years while he was building the micro house, and then he lived in the micro house for 2 years while he was building where he is now, and where he is now is just a giant, almost like an dodecagon, like a giant room at the bottom with a little kitchen and lots of bay windows. So he has a beautiful view. And then there's something upstairs. He has a ladder to go upstairs, and there's something upstairs. But yeah, and so he's like, "Oh well, tonight for your kitchen, like you can come here and cook." He offered me fruit. He's like, "I have fruit here," and so I said, "Oh, I'll take a banana," and then he started cutting up a pineapple, and he's like, "Here, this is for you." So I may have misunderstood the question. But no, really nice guy. I'm happy to be here, but getting here, as you can see, my I on the GPS I went to the town of Salo, which is down there. Like I think it's even further than that. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna put in the actual address on the website, and it's a hard climb. It was really a hard climb. I think I tried to climb the first maybe 100 meters, and then I just gave up and pushed my bike, and even that was hard. So that's pretty much it for today. Like I said, tomorrow I'm hoping to get to Sirmion by noon, and even maybe a little bit earlier, and leave maybe by 1 because I really want to get to Verona, and maybe even a bit further, just because I want to make sure I get to Padua by Saturday night, or maybe even Sunday morning. But we'll have to see about that. Alright, that's about it for me. I'll leave you with the beautiful view.